Welcome to Strictly Businews. We are here without a guest co-host. Cori couldn't.
He's
really
blaming me for this, but Al, have I ever failed you?
Shall I count the waves?
I'm finally here, guys.
Oh,
Thanks for
hey.
having me.
Welcome to the show. This is our guest co-host.
Hi, guys. I'm Kate, and get ready for Strictly Businews.
And welcome to Strictly Business. I am Alfonso Santaniello. Kate, it's been a little bit.
I know.
Back.
It's been a good two and a half years since
Yeah.
you last been on. She was like one and done. We
I was a
wheeled
redhead.
her back in.
Yeah.
Well, Cori wheeled her back in.
Yeah.
By the way, this is Cori. Getting a little better with a
Yeah.
little bit. So welcome to the show, Kate. Again, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
We're kind of all over the map with topics today, so let's jump right in. First up, Foxwoods Casino cocktail waitresses fight for the right to choose their own shoes. Of course, the women would be fighting over shoes, right?
Well, it's actually the opposite of what you think.
I know. That was just the title. It's actually,
Al was being clever.
it was the title of the article.
Right.
So Cheryl Hoffman, not Hoffman, has been serving cocktails for more than 2 decades, and the 52-year-old waitress says she has a list of foot ailments to prove it. Mm-hmm. Nice to put in the article. So basically, she and a union representing her fellow cocktail waitresses at a country's largest casino are fighting to serve for the servers to wear shoes of their own choosing. So basically, they don't get to wear what they want.
Right. They have strict guidelines, and they have a 2-inch heel minimum now that they implemented. But what she's saying is that she, has worn heels for 15, 20 years at the casino. And I mean, I waitress, and I have to wear sneakers. I know you're on your feet all the day, all the days of your life.
All the day long.
I was gonna say, if I go out and I wear heels for 4 hours, my feet are like all in. I can't even walk, so I can't imagine.
She walked in her work uniform, and imagine you in heels and scrubs.
Yeah. It wouldn't work.
Imagine your doctor and nurses running in the hospital room, and yeah.
No.
So I mean,
But they say the higher the heel, the larger the tip.
larger to something else. So it's just and the reason why I want to bring it up is because Foxwoods. So the Foxwoods spokes Dale Wolbrink said she would not comment on the labor negotiations. Said that she should be considered private. So I guess Foxwoods is part of a larger conglomerate of casinos. It's not just Foxwoods. I guess it's national company. I'm not sure what the name is. Operated by Mashantucket Picoy Travel Nation. I probably said that wrong.
But the article did focus on the union.
Yes.
Um,
And they were saying that most of the females have been there for 15, 20,
Right,
25
yeah.
years. It's not like it's a...
and the union
Regular.
actually represents 200 servers, beverage servers, so these cocktail waitresses. So I'm just having a hard time understanding how, if the majority is people who are 15, 20 years, and they are within the union, there should be some sort of
Yeah.
mediation going on. But she did bring up a good point that it's just trying to filter out those who have been there for 15, 20 years.
Yeah. Trying to get new blood in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Foxwoods
Younger,
is trying
hotter,
they're trying to keep
less
that
balding spots.
image casino.
Yeah. Well,
It's just more glamorous. Yeah.
well, I mean, you think they probably are making a lot of money. I mean, you think about the ones that the waitresses that work just the tables and just people get drinks for free and they just tip and that's it. So they're probably, especially the people that drink a lot and then get drunk and it's I'm not paying for them. Here's $10.
Right.
Right.
I mean, the more I drink, the better they look. So I don't care if they're wearing heels or
Heels
slippers.
or not.
Amen, sister. All right. So next up, after that,
I think I just tore my elbow ligament or
I
something.
know that was a hard
That
high
was
five.
very forceful.
Next up, Google, Apple, and Facebook outright deny they're helping the NSA mine data. So basically, it all started with the Verizon situation where the NSA, which is National Security Agency, basically has all Verizon customers' information. Basically, who they call, who they text, everything. What porn site they look at, all of it. And basically, you know, it really is. It's twofold. It's kind of creepy, but at the same time, it's not like they're sitting there listening to everything that's going on. They're just using it as if something happens, they need to trace who called who, where to go, and then they'll listen. But it's not like they're sitting there like the heavy guy on the phone is like. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Right, and you were saying it before. They're using it for national security purposes. They're not trying to steal
What would you rather? Like,
Kate Yarmowic's identity.
right.
I mean,
I almost
just.
called you Kate Horniak. Were you Kate
I don't know
Horniak the
my
last time you were on the show?
I think I was.
I think you were.
Oh, I'm a new person.
I think people are just freaking out because we're seeing like a new. We're in the digital era, but I think this is becoming more personal. Where you can basically find out what people are doing, where, when,
All the time.
like whether they check
And
in and say they're wiping their ass while they're in the bathroom, or if people or like wherever they do, like everything tells people where they are now.
Right. I think people are starting to freak out that, they might, most people aren't screening what they're putting up on social media, but they're telling everybody everything.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're telling people post by post what you're doing day in, day out, I mean,
Well, people
what's the difference with the NSA knowing?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And I think
You're
that's what.
posting it for the world to know, so obviously the government's gonna know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read a quote off the article real quick.
Especially in the recent times. I mean, don't you want the government to know what's going on? I mean, I think it's just so more prevalent right now that we know what's going on. I would
absolutely.
heavily enforce this.
Point in case, how they caught the Boston bombers
Yeah.
was like the most obsolete. You wouldn't even think that there was a camera in this one spot, and it's just like huge zoom, like picked up, like
Yeah.
And
the
we
technology.
need it.
Yeah, we
Everybody
need
have
it.
their
They caught
phones
them.
We don't
out
need
and
more of
everything,
it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is gonna. People are gonna not enjoy the government prying into their lives.
Yeah.
But how do you know they haven't already been doing it? Just now it's been leaked.
Right.
It's who knows it, how long they've been actually doing it.
Exactly.
So if they're doing it for the better of the country, then I'm all for it. I don't really care. It's not like I'm gonna have to hide anything besides our late night conversations. But
That I don't
Well-
really remember.
no. All right, so let's go to next topic. Target to launch organic brand called Simply Balanced. So based on the article from Huffington Post, Target is planning to a new organic and natural store brand as it works to rev up the grocery business side of Target. I'm thinking it's trying to compete with Walmart in the sense of how the Walmart, like those commercials you see of Walmart with the steaks and people eating Walmart food and not knowing it's Walmart food, and then they're like, "Oh my God, it's so good!" And I'm pretty sure they didn't tell them it was Walmart food. It's probably just editing. But I think.
See, that's funny that you bring that up because I didn't know that. I just noticed on extreme weight loss, Walmart is the key sponsor. So at the end, they're giving them whether it's like
What's extreme weight loss?
It's this show where it takes you on 365 days of this one or two people.
Oh, is it
losing
on
weight.
ABC?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a wonderful story and it's a great show. And at the
Do you
end,
cry at every episode?
almost. The trainer does. I love the trainer. I think he's just so sincere. But at the end of it, they're granting a $25,000 gift card to Walmart.
I'm sorry. Kate, did you want a beer?
Oh, God.
Okay, sorry, continue. Well, we're talking about health. I might as well talk about beer.
Anyways, so I didn't know that Walmart. I haven't seen those commercials.
Yeah, they're really pushing the food and the grocery, and I think that's why Target's really pushing for this organic, since everyone's always about organic, even though sometimes organic isn't necessarily organic.
Well, see, I think it's a little different. So Target.
Oh,
Target
Corey's got the pitch voice, so she's got to be right.
No, it just helps me get my point across. But so, what Target's trying to be this one-stop shopping destination, and their guest experience is focused on mom, and they pride on being a one-stop shop and their customer perception, bringing customer value, and I think that what Target's trying to do is, people like Target. They like to shop at Target, and they trust the brand that Target delivers, whether it's their clothing or I didn't even know that this what's their other brand? Begins with an A. Archer Farms. I didn't even know that that was their brand. So I think that if Target
I've never heard
implements
of it.
this new organic brand, it will just bring more business to their grocery section. I mean, the article was saying that it's groceries tend to have lower profit margins, and Target really isn't. They're like 10% of the national grocery.
I was gonna say, like, I walk into every Target and I don't. All I see is like crackers, chips, soda. Not
no,
like a.
so they're all now they're
Now
a full.
They have like
getting
fridges.
I forgot what the
and
name
salads
of it's called.
and
Yeah, so the Holyoke just
Simply
got one.
Balance.
No. Their groceries.
Oh, their name of that
Go
department.
fresh something.
The one in Enfield has.
Right, so the one in
has it.
Enfield has almost a full grocery,
grocery
store
store.
with fresh produce and a freezer section, and Holyoke is just implementing that now.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
So I just think that it's part of something to boost their sales, be more of a key player in this type of an industry, because right now they're just like a big box retailer.
Well, with this brand, with the Simply Balanced,
yeah,
the article states that people are no longer worried about buying food on the cheap. They're just buying healthier food. It doesn't matter what it costs.
right. Which is funny because I've heard stories about Whole Foods being called whole paycheck. Like, it's very expensive to
Whole Foods
eat,
is
fully
crazy.
organic
Yeah.
and go to that movement.
A lot of people that eat organic don't drink organic. It's like they, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of
Right.
people like think that they're eating fine, but everything else that they do,
Right.
not
It's
necessarily.
like how I buy my dog really good dog food and then I feed him hot dogs.
Is that why Gus is special?
And processed foods. He is special.
So do any of you guys shop at Target?
I do.
I love Target, and I don't know if I can say this, but I always think of Target as like a cleaner, better Walmart. Like I always think of Target as
Target.
like like one step up from Walmart. So I don't know. I like that it has the food selection and everything.
Well, outside of the food, they've had like a really big push in like the clothing and the fashion, and in the last couple of years, they've gotten not like huge names, but like pretty recognizable names where they have like smaller lines at Target.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would rather go shop at Target just because of the options they have available. It is cleaner. It's a better environment.
It's
but
cheaper, so if you spill shit on yourself, then you can just buy a new one.
Yeah, but the Walmart clothes, I mean, it's hit or miss. I have a
Do you
few
buy
things.
Ashley and what's her Mary-Kate Olsen clothes?
No.
Oh.
And actually, the Walmart, the we should do like a market run when Walmart in Westfield is putting in a full grocery now, and now the Target
Really?
in Holyoke is putting in their full grocery. So we should do like an update just to keep Kate coming back on the show.
Battle of the. So what's going to happen with like Stop and Shop? I mean, obviously those aren't Big Y is a local chain, but it's not. Nothing's going to happen to them. But like they're really reining in on their turf.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely,
because
So
these
now-
are becoming like one stop.
exactly.
So now
stores.
what? And so maybe that's why you go to Stop and Shop. Even in Big Y, you'll start seeing there is clothes. There is like, I mean, obviously it's not like, it's like Cape Cod shirts
I
or
was
something
gonna say,
like.
Yeah.
like
It's not.
Avalon.
Yeah, it's not like a big stop. It's just like whatever town it's in, like West Springfield
Yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
But, they do. I think we do see grocery stores offering a little bit more than just food now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're trying to become is, you can not only get your kid a pair of, slippers and then a toy to shut him up, but then you can go do the rest of your grocery shopping and everybody's happy.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So next up, Microsoft retrieves lost Windows Phone handset running on prototype software. So basically, they lost a phone, or let me say it correctly. So they basically went in a bar on a hunt looking for a phone. So another bar situation.
Oh, it is another bar situation.
Yes. Oh, actually, I lied. I'm just kidding. I was just reading.
No,
that.
they're referencing the iPhone incident,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. So basically, Windows is working on this prototype for this new phone. It got misplaced, and they found it. So I think this is all of a show. Like I think how the iPhone was it 2 years ago maybe that they misplaced it in the bar, and one of the people there or whatever. I think this is the same situation. I think with all the hype that was going on with the new Apple releases in the past like week or two, people were talking about it. Windows is like, well, you know, they're pretty much let's just
people talking about us.
let's just
Leak
throw
it
our name,
out,
leak it out, like piss it out.
Well, and it's funny. I mean, when these huge companies create such secretive prototypes and like you'd think it would be kept like behind bars.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just like let Joe Schmo from the marketing meeting take it home and try it out. Like,
well,
show all his friends.
Maybe they do. You know, maybe they have where it's not maybe not like the marketing department. Maybe like the people that actually build it take it with them. Maybe they work from home or unless you work at Yahoo, but maybe they do build it and then they take them home and people are just stupid with it.
But don't you think like I think the article said apparently the guy who had it lost on a bus. Is that what that's saying? Who owned it lost on? I don't know if that's relative to the article, but if work let me bring something home, such as my laptop, every weekend I usually bring it home. Like I don't just like leave it somewhere and like casually go about with my life. I mean,
a cell phone or laptop is a little different.
Well, it
the
is
size
but
is a little bit
if
bigger.
work
But
gave me this to take home and said, "Guard this with your life. This is a prototype," I would treat it like a little egg child, and I would not let it touch the floor. Like, how do you just lose this stuff?
and then
it just
Gus will
kills
come
me. You know, it's just like
yeah, and that's why I keep thinking like it's on purpose, and their PR and their marketing
Right.
department started spinning this that it got lost or that whatever. When the person probably got fired, and instead of like it turning it into a bigger thing, they're just like, oh well, whatever, we found it, whatever. No one knew it was even lost
Right.
until they found
exactly.
it.
I know.
Exactly.
So I mean, it's not. I mean, it's a Windows Phone. I mean, come on, who cares?
But what did they gain from this is what I'd like to know. I mean, if we didn't talk about this on the show, much like all of the topics, I wouldn't know anything about it. But it's not like, you know, they run advertisements on, oh, look at the Windows new phone. Like,
They do run ads. Like Gwen Stefani's a spokesperson.
No. I mean, like, Apple doesn't turn around and be like, we got your phone.
Oh,
you know,
that would be a really good ad. Like Windows this.
maybe not that.
Oh.
Maybe one of these.
Right there. So
But it's like, what do you gain? I mean, a little bit of PR in the techie world.
yeah, I mean, I
I
don't.
don't know.
It's Windows. Their phones have never really been successful. So I think this is just a big PR move, and they're just trying to get a little exposure. But if we're talking about you, you didn't really do that good of a job. So
That's true.
yeah. All right, Kate. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No problem. This time, you know, you can come back more often. Don't wait another 2 years.
When there's better parking.
Yeah.
Kate and I drove around for a half an hour to do this show.
It's all worth it.
A half a tank of gas later.
Anyway,
Well, Kate probably lost like a fifth of an ounce of gas.
My little toy car.
It's like, oh, she's totally gonna find parallel parking before I do.
Buzz right in.
You know what's really funny? You two have the same expressions in some capacity. Like you would do the exact same noise and exact same movement. Yeah. See, yeah. Listen, we've been friends for a long time.
Hanging
So
around each other so
I know. Check us out online, strictlybusiness.com. We're on the Instagram. As Cori says, the Instagram.
That's the way I say it.
The
I never
Instagram,
realized
the
that
Twitter, the Facebook.
The Home Depot. I hate that when people do that, so I can't believe I call it that. Whatever, Al.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the newsletter down there, and we will see you guys next week.